Hello, my students. Hope you are all right. As I have discussed with you in my earlier video, the deterrence theory in international relation, and along with deterrence theory, there are also two concepts which must be understood in order to preserve peace and security in international relations. One of the major efforts to preserve peace and security in international relation in 21st century has been to disarmament and arms control. So first let us explain what is meaning of disarmament, how it has been evolved, what is situation of disarmament, and secondly what is आर्म्स कंट्रोल. तो हम 21वीं शताब्दी में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संबंध में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय शांति और सुरक्षा को बनाने के लिए दो अवधारणाओं पर विचार करते हैं. यह दोनों अवधारणाएं अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण अवधारणाएं हैं. पहली अवधारणा है निशस्त्रीकरण, दूसरी अवधारणा है शस्त्र नियंत्रण. सो डिसआर्मामेंट निशस्त्रीकरण, आर्म्स कंट्रोल शस्त्र नियंत्रण. देखने में दोनों अवधारणाएं एक जैसी लगती हैं, परंतु इनके बीच में अंतर है. तो लेट अस फर्स्ट एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज डिसआर्मामेंट. द टर्म डिसआर्मामेंट is the act of reducing, limiting or abolishing weapons in world. दुनिया में सेनाओं में कमी करना, शस्त्रों में कमी करना, सेनाओं में कटौती करना, इसको निशस्त्रीकरण कहा जाता है. दिस term disarmament generally refers to a country military or a specific type of weaponry. It also means total elimination of WMD, weapons of mass destruction, such as nuclear arms. There is two types of disarmament: general disarmament and complete disarmament. This general disarmament and complete disarmament was discussed by the United Nations General Assembly, and in that discussion there was consensus to elimination of all weapons of mass destruction. In fact, there was also general agreement that there must be balanced reduction of armed forces and conventional weapons on the principle of undiminished security of different parties with a view to enhancing stability and security in the world. This disarmament takes into account of the security of all states. जब हम निशस्त्रीकरण की बात करते हैं तो इस निशस्त्रीकरण के अंतर्गत सभी राष्ट्रों से यह अपेक्षा की जाती है कि वह ऐसा वातावरण बनाने की कोशिश करें, ऐसा माहौल बनाने की कोशिश करें, ऐसी प्रैक्टिस करें कि वो अपने परंपरागत हथियारों में कमी करें, सेनाओं में कटौती करें, ताकि दुनिया में शांति स्थापित हो सके. यह माना जाता है कि जब तक हथियार हैं तब तक युद्ध की संभावना बनी रहेगी. एज लॉन्ग एज weapons are maintained by states of the world, there is danger for insecurity. If we go into the evolution of the concept of disarmament, यदि हम निशस्त्रीकरण के इतिहास पर जाएं, then we will find that way back in 1899 there was Hague conferences, and in 1907 again Hague conferences, and in these Hague conferences the delegate of governments of different states debated, discussed about disarmament and creation of an international court with abiding powers to maintain security order in states of the world. Thus, another glaring example of disarmament we find is the Treaty of Versailles. Under Treaty of Versailles, it was agreed to disarm Germany. जर्मनी को प्रतिबंधित कर दिया गया था कि वह हथियारों का निर्माण नहीं करेगा. बट व्हाट हैपेंड? क्या जर्मनी ने हथियारों का निर्माण रोका? नहीं रोका. एंड दैट लेड टू द emergence of creation of condition of Second World War. So in 1919, then again in 1926 there was effort by Kellogg-Briand Pact. This pact was also intended to implement disarmament in the world. There was again in 1932, during 1932-1937, there was Geneva Disarmament Conference. Then after Second World War, we find that there started a campaign for disarmament, and this campaign was started way back 1958, known as Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. In 1960, there was 10 nations disarmament committee. During 1962-1968, there was 18-member disarmament committee. In 1969, there was constituted committee of the Conference of the Committee on Disarmament. And in 1979, there was again conference on disarmament. These conferences, these international committees generally discussed the concept of disarmament, but till date there has been very little progress. Likewise, there is also, we find that there is also an attempt for disarmament of naval forces of the world powers. For example, 1908-9, there was London Naval Conference. Again, during 1921-22, there was Washington Naval Conference. In 1927, there was Geneva Naval Conference. In 1930, there was again a London Naval Conference, and in 1935, London Naval Conference. ये जो कॉन्फ्रेंसेस हुई, यह नाविक शक्ति को कैसे सीमित किया जाए, इसके लिए बातचीत उस समय के जो बड़े राष्ट्र थे, ब्रिटेन, फ्रांस, जर्मनी, उनके बीच में हुई। इसी तरह से स्पेस में कैसे, स्पेस को कैसे डिसआर्म किया जाए, इसके लिए 1967 में एक आउट स्पेस ट्रीटी हुई है। तो ये संक्षिप्त में आपके साथ में डिसआर्मामेंट के बारे में बात कर रहा हूं। जो दूसरा कॉन्सेप्ट है, मैंने आपसे कहा कि देयर आर टू कॉन्सेप्ट्स, दो अवधारणाएं हैं, एक डिसआर्मामेंट, दूसरा है आर्म्स कंट्रोल। सो व्हाट इज आर्म्स कंट्रोल? ये जो दोनों विधियां हैं, डिसआर्मामेंट और आर्म्स कंट्रोल, ये दोनों का लक्ष्य वस्तुतः विश्व शांति है। सो आर्म्स कंट्रोल इज टर्म फॉर मटीरियल restrictions upon the development, production, stockpiling and proliferation of small arms, conventional weaponry and weapons of mass destruction. The purpose, what is the purpose of arms control? The purpose of arms control is to stability or limiting capability which is dangerous for domestic as well as international order. So in order to limit the weapons, there is an objective to bolster, to enforce deterrence in the world. निशस्त्रीकरण और शस्त्रीकरण में जो मौलिक अंतर है वह यह है कि निशस्त्रीकरण जहां दुनिया से हथियारों को समाप्त करना चाहता है, सभी प्रकार के हथियार, सेनाओं को समाप्त करना चाहता है, कटौती करना चाहता है। शस्त्र नियंत्रण, जो शस्त्र बनाए जा रहे हैं मौजूदा समय में, जिनका उत्पादन हो रहा है राष्ट्रों के द्वारा, उसमें कमी लाने का, विशेष करके दिस आर्म्स कंट्रोल टर्म इज यूज्ड इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट विद the nuclear weapons which we called weapons of mass destruction. So arms control refers to various treaties made between political adversaries which insist on reducing the likelihood and scope of war. They try to impose limitations on military capability of one another. So arms control developed both in theory and practice between the late 1940s and 1991, when the two antagonistic superpowers, the United States of America and the then USSR, dealt with each other from a position of mistrust, no confidence, and simultaneously both were armed with weapons of mass destruction, I mean nuclear weapons. So arms control was devised during the post-war period as an alternative to disarmament. As I have given you the example, Germany was forced to disarm after the First World War, but she became belligerent during 1930s, which resulted in beginning of the World War II. Although Germany's weapons were eliminated, the underlying cause of conflict had not ended. After the end of Second World War, there was again insistence on arms control. This arms control find it helpful in limiting hostility between the two superpowers, United States of America and Soviet Union. In fact, this is considered in modern world that you cannot eliminate army, you cannot completely disband weaponry of a state. सेना और हथियारों को पूरी तरह से समाप्त नहीं किया जा सकता। तो यदि नहीं किया जा सकता तो एक रास्ता यह बचता है कि सेनाओं और हथियारों में धीरे धीरे कमी लाई जाए। यह धीरे धीरे जो कमी लाने की बात है उसी को हम आर्म्स कंट्रोल कहते हैं, शस्त्र नियंत्रण कहते हैं। इसकी एक मंशा यह भी है कि नए हथियार न बनाए जाएं, उनकी जो बनाने की प्रक्रिया है उसमें धीरे धीरे कमी लाई जाए। Since army and weapons cannot eliminate it completely, they will continue to remain a part of modern life. It was realized that for a country's is essential to seek slow elimination of weapons. This limitations of weapons would in a sufficient way reduce the chances of war. Therefore, proponents of arms control sought to create a stable balance of power in which the forces that cause state to go war could be controlled and regulated. युद्ध की दशाओं को नियंत्रित करना शस्त्र नियंत्रण का उद्देश्य है। Therefore, emphasis in arms control is upon overall stability rather than elimination of powers and army. The proponents of arms control also say that different regimes need arms sometimes, they need weapons sometimes. These weapons are required by some powers to preserve the balance of power. शक्ति संतुलन बनाए रखने के लिए हथियार रखना जरूरी है। जो भी हो, द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ कंट्रोल owes a great deal to the existence of nuclear weapon, and by 1950, when both the superpowers possessed nuclear weapons, both became convinced that they could not safely disarm one another. Therefore, there is need for arms control. So, both the superpowers became clear in their mind that their goal is not total elimination of their weapons, but control of them, so that a nuclear deterrent might be maintained in the world. दोनों ही महाशक्तियों ने इस बात को शिद्दत के साथ महसूस किया कि वो हथियारों के साथ उसमें कमी करते हुए दुनिया में शांति और व्यवस्था बनाने में सहयोग कर सकते हैं। When we look at the examples of modern attempt for arms control, after 1961 Cuban crisis, there emerged a real need to engage in arms control. It is said that first the then ruler of Soviet Union wrote a letter to the then American President Kennedy, and in response to that letter, Kennedy emphasized that it is our interest to engage for peace in the world. So there started a talk, limited test ban treaty. Then again there was a talk and discussion for nuclear arms proliferation treaty, anti-ballistic missile treaty. Several rounds of arms elimination talks, SALT, जिसको हम कहते हैं arms strategic arms elimination talks, have been taken place, and the nuclear force treaty, missile technology regime, MTCR treaty, Open Sky treaty, OST. So these are the efforts through which strong superpowers of the world have one time or another time discussed the whole gamut of arms control in the world. तो ऐसी स्थिति में शस्त्र नियंत्रण और निःशस्त्रीकरण दोनों का उद्देश्य दुनिया में शांति और व्यवस्था बनाए रखना है। दुख इस बात का है कि अभी तक जो आर्म्स कंट्रोल का मकसद है या जो आर्म्स कंट्रोल की स्थिति है वह बहुत सुखद नहीं कही जा सकती है। अब इसके बहुत सारे कारण हैं, उन कारणों पर यहाँ विस्तार से प्रकाश डालना संभव नहीं है, लेकिन यू विल हैव टू गो थ्रू व्हाई नेशंस हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू conclude decisively for arms control and disarmament. So with these words, I finish my discussion today on disarmament and arms control, and I request you that if you have any problem, not only on this topic, but on any topic, you can make a call to me and I will certainly reply your queries. So thank you very much.